Living Romania. This is Bucharest Radio Romania International. DX Mailbag.
Hello and welcome to DX Mailbag with me, Călin Coțoiu, bringing you the show where we let listeners know how other listeners across the world are getting our programs. And it is that time of the year when we read our new frequency lineup. For the East Coast of the United States of America, between the hours of 0000 and 0100 UTC, the frequencies are 6040 kHz and 7375 kHz. For the United States West Coast, between 0300 and 0400 UTC, the frequencies are 7375 kHz and 9850 kHz. For India, between the hours of 0300 and 0400 UTC, the frequencies are 11,825 kHz shortwave and 9740 DRM. For Australia and Europe, between the hours of 0530 and 0600 UTC, the frequencies are 15,410 kHz and 17,760 kHz. For Western Europe, for the hours of 0530 and 0600 UTC, the frequencies are 6015 kHz and 7325 DRM. For Africa, between the hours of 1100 and 1200 UTC, the frequencies are 15,320 kHz and 17,670 kHz. For Western Europe, between the hours of 1100 and 1200 UTC, the frequencies are 13,750 kHz and 15,130 kHz. For Western Europe, between the hours 1700 and 1800 UTC, the frequencies are 11,850 kHz and 9760 DRM. For Western Europe, between the hours of 2100 UTC, the frequencies are 6170 kHz and 7315 DRM. For the East Coast of the United States, between the hours of 2030 and 2100 UTC, the frequencies are 11,850 and 13,650 kHz. For Western Europe, between the hours of 2200 and 2300 UTC, the frequencies are 5945 kHz and 7310 kHz. For Japan, between the hours of 2200 and 2300 UTC, the frequencies are 7325 and 9790 kHz. Good listening. And we only have a little time left for this edition of DX Mailbag, so let's get straight to a great message we got from our good friend who signs Aussie Tim Gaynor, Gunnedah, New South Wales, Australia, who writes, "Hi, Radio Romania International. I'm just letting you know that this evening, my time, your broadcast to Western Europe on 7345 kHz was a lot better signal-wise, S9 with a little noise, than your frequencies to Australia at 6:30 hours UTC, where I am, on 15,450 kHz and 17,780 kHz, although I could hear 17,780 kHz with a little problem, just zero signal strength and no noise. It could be conditions, as I noticed WWWVH on 15,000 kHz quite down on signal 2. Listening on a Kenwood TS-140S in inverted V antenna 10 meters above a metal shed roof. Enjoy your magazine-style programming. Well done. All the best, Tim Gaynor. Thank you very much, Tim. It was excellent to get this very detailed technical report, and we look forward to the next one. I guess this is all the time we have for today's DX Mailbag, and we'll see you next time with my friend Eugene. And from us, it's all the best health and all 73s.
You are listening to Radio Romania International. Coming up next...